Hello, hello, welcome to this week 4, day 1 of the OPL, of course, brought to you by Hungry Jacks. Getting a look at the Avant Gaming lineup on your screen. Of course, they're going to be taking to Summoner's Rift against Tectonic, a team that, whilst yet to pick up a victory, has started to look more and more promising. Pabu potentially caught out again, it looks like. Will fall down with Baron. This is huge. Flash forward, double, triple knock up out of Paprise. Ultimate will come across, but isn't enough because Blinky is just falling so low and he will die in that Hextech ultimatum. Now Jake has been wiped off the map. 3 dead for Avant, and Tectonic looking to push for their first win. Nexus star at number 2 will fall. With the New Zealand background, the Tectonic crew will pick up the first victory of OPL 2018.
Alright. Again, yeah, just go bathroom straight away. I'll get drinks. Give like a minute and then we'll talk. Alright. So, just a couple of notes in the game. Basically, we just have to understand that the reason we lost that game is because we just made a lot of individual and, like, micro errors, mostly. Don't take that loss too hard, guys. Again, it's a lot of errors. We can patch it up. You guys know what you did wrong, I'm sure. We just need to not let it get to our heads, keep playing our own game. Really think about what sort of mistakes you made today and what sort of mistakes you made throughout the week. And just envision yourself succeeding in those scenarios, okay? It's very easy for us to go into this next game and dwell on it, all right? You have to emotionally detach yourselves from that loss, okay? Do whatever you need to do in the next few minutes to make that happen. All right, guys, seriously, we have played a lot better than we played today. Last week, our form was great. We were playing really structured early games, and today it just turned into a really sloppy scrim, okay? You know you can play better than this. Just forget the last game completely. Think about your individual errors and we need to just move past it, alright? You guys all on the same page about that? We can do it? Yep. Alright, boys, what are we going to say? Put our hands in. Jackson, what are we saying, mate?
Fuck, I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know! And AV in the middle of an identity crisis. I mean, we've seen them play tank top laners to great effect against Legacy. Now they're back to the carries and it looks just as sloppy as it did in week 1 and 2. AV is the team that I always say beats teams that are worse than them and loses to teams that are better than them. They are the workhorse of the OPL, to be perfectly frank. And now we'll take a boatload of damage down, and now Low being exhausted. They're continuing to chase. Flash forward out of AV. Jake picks up that kill, and in response, Nethergrass goes down onto the support, and that will be Sway using his EQ to just run away. Blinky flashes forward and absolutely destroys Tonic. They could not stall. AV in game 2 will strike back.
Looking for again. He's in behind the bot lane of Tectonic and they have
to hit them really, just has to land
he
the
does.
slap, but he does hit them, gets a kidnap on both members, and this is going to be a double kill, 3-kill Cogmore.
At 9 minutes.
Trying to get to the moment, only flies into the backline, kidnaps the Pokemon. Who's that Pokemon? Who cares? He's dead. Actually will get brought back to life here. And in goes the Meganar, scoops 2 members back, stun onto the clock. And that is just AV not hitting the Nexus, of course. We don't do that in Oceania, but picking up the 2-1 victory.
Had the KDAs on the side of AV right now, looking for some extra kills, but a much cleaner performance game 2 and 3. Out of the boys in blue, out of...
This was filmed before we started game 1. I wrote this all before we started game 1.
Why did a different color?
Right now, I think
Oh yeah, so we just beat Tectonic 2-1. It was a bit messier than we expected. Game 1 was a pretty bit of a struggle, back and forth for 40 minutes or so. But I think after we settled for game 2 and 3, we were able to show pretty clean wins both times. And I got to play Nami twice again, so that's the only reason we won. So next week is Super Week. We've got Legacy, who we just versed last week, and Chiefs. So it's gonna be a super tough. It's going to be really tough to prepare for because they're both really good teams that are going to push us to our limits, and we just got to do everything we can to make sure that we're reset and ready for that.
Hide in some of those little cheeky angles, and I think Texter is going to be the first that Sonic has spotted out. He's taken him down as well. Off to Tex now, and Sonic with another. That's an ace for Sonic, as he has carried his team through this forced by round, and they've taken it.
CGP, a game against Chiefs, was always going to be a difficult one. Obviously, Chiefs being such a quality team and having so much experience, so much historic success and time together as a team, we knew that it was going to be difficult coming into it. When I look back on it, I think the scores of the both maps for Overpass and Mirage are pretty fair. We had some good signs. Overpass is a bit tough. We didn't have too much prepared for that map, and I think Chiefs really exploited that. But for Mirage, it was an interesting one. I think it was very close. It felt very close the entire time. It was a lot of simple decision-making things that really cost us. Even though we had some big individual clutches from Raz and the likes, wasn't enough to get us over. So we knew it was always going to be difficult, and we just got to take the positives from that game and move on to our next one against Greyhound. Sorry. As you've hopefully heard by now, we're actually a part of the new Gfinity League. Something that's immensely exciting for us as a team and as us as an organisation. It really kind of represents that next level of what we want CS and CS leagues to become in the future. Where in the past we've had such great offline events. You know, you think of the things that ESL have run, the qualifiers for overseas events, and obviously ESL, CG running some really great leagues online. But Gfinity really represents the best of both worlds. Consistent LANs, consistent exposure and consistent engagement with fans. And it's one of those things where it's so exciting to be able to go every weekend to the same event, the Hoyt Cinema, which is going to be massive. You know, like just having our photos taken there was kind of surreal to think that, hey, look, like you're looking against movie posters and you're going to be there playing on a stage against the best teams in Australia. So it's really something that's exciting for us, and really hopefully is going to be the future of what Australian CS is going to be. And we really can see more and more of this stuff where supporters and fans can come down and engage with the players. And Australia has such great personalities in the scene, and this really represents something that we can really showcase not only the skill, but the kind of personalities and the players behind the aliases and in a real life situation. And I'm really excited for it to get started.
Big first game coming your way is going to be Avant Gaming taking on Legacy Esports.
I don't know. They're still missing from top.
They're walking down. Take tower and leave. Take tower and leave. Zach's not me. Zach no flash. Zach no flash. Walking.
I'm not there. I'm not there. You guys can't fight. You guys can't fight. You guys can't fight.
They shouldn't flash. Just get out. Fuck. I block Zach. I'm hitting now. No jump. Front line. Shen.
Go Shen.
I got a fat bounce. They're all pretty low.
I got a zero. I'm alive. Bye, luck, guys.
Yeah. Fuck them up, Miles.
Oh!
PP.
Fuck.
Alright, that's alright. Let's get back.
Just gonna go over a couple of things. Firstly, we all attentive, we all good? Ready to move to the next game?
Yeah.
Alright, good job. So we just need to pick very straightforward shit. The early game is gonna rely on us playing correctly around priority. We're just gonna get through the early game, we don't need a lead. And then later on in the game, we will have the easier to execute team fight, and we will outperform them there, okay? We just really need to be more confident, take shittier fights if needed, and then we will win this next game, alright?
Up, and the spear goes towards Decoy. Flash engage, actually, however. Decoy will be able to CC him up, but however, is so low. Now flashing away, will fall down. In comes Pabu again. Predicts the flash, and that will be 2 kills going across. Only going around. Big knock up onto all of the members. And you can see they still want it. They've turned off, however. 3,000 health, that will just say that. Mimic looking for the backline. Orn's ultimate, however, comes up absolutely massive. And now Claire is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Still somehow gets Blinky. Mimic will just look to throw Pabu back into the team, however, should be stunned up here and should also fall down. Stun will connect. You can see now his mini Decoy goes back in, and they're still trying to win this fight, but Pabu is just an absolute fridge and will not fall down. Single man Shockwave just trying to fight this one front to back, and even though Mimic does his job and gets all 3 of the carries, that will be a 2-0 team fight, and Avant looking to end this game. Claire, however, gets knocked up. Flashes
into it.
again. Flash forward from Parvu. Shen will be coming in. Can they get him down in time? Yes, they will. Big taunt lands, and now Parvu in trouble. He's taken his whole HP bar in that turret, and already 2 kills across for Legacy. Only falls down. Let's make that a third. And Jake is a lonely cow in the middle of a forest. For the contest here. Instead they peel off, and that's a mini nah. What are they doing? Ornn ultimate will come out. We'll knock up their 2 carries. And you can see that Mimic is going so low. Shutdown will be achieved. Decoy on the front line also falling low. Blinky, so many spears in him. However, the Ren does not pick up the kill, and Raid falls down. He comes out. Will be CC'd up. However, Decoy should fall down here. Gets base called back. Mimic on the side, and Jake now has to burn the ultimate. They will continue to look for a good stun, but in goes Mimic. Does not get the Orianna, who blows up the Callista, and now they continue the fight. Mimic will just have to run for his life. Claire is falling down on the front line. That is a shutdown for Frey, and AV will set their sights on Baron. Double kill for Blinky, and you can see they're just continuing to chase down. Let's make that a triple. Where is the Quadra? Simple is heading back to base, but this should be the victory for Avant Gaming. We'll sweep Legacy this regular season and pick up a 2-1 victory.
Oh, we just had a bloody heart stopper against Legacy.
Oh yeah, that one time.
A better rematch than the last one. The first game was like 50 minutes. Second game was a bit of a stomp. And then that third one was back and forth, but luckily we got the win. I think it was like more hype than last time as well. We full on actually just like yelled the whole thing. And my yeah, after game 2, the ref was like, just make sure you guys keep your headphones on until the Nexus explodes. And Leon reaffirmed that at the end of game 3, and Miles just went, whoa! And the Nexus was on 100 health. So, yeah, tomorrow we got Chiefs, and looking to pull out the same performance.
Welcome back, OPL fans. Week 5, Day 2, Lunar New Year Super Week, brought to you by Hungry Jacks. Chiefs Esports Club getting ready on stage to take on new challenges. Yeah. Avant Gaming. Avant, last couple of weeks, really starting to spice it up. Since that loss versus the Chiefs 2-0, I feel like they've kicked it into another gear.
Yeah, 100%. AV used to be like kind of the benchmark team. You used to say specifically about their bot lane, but I feel like they've turned around and they've become the sin. They're the upset team. Legacy twice. I mean, I was favoring Legacy in those games, but now they just look good.
Iron Buff recall being channeled. That's going to be them going onto the back line. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there as they actually go onto Raze. Has to flash away. That's going to be the Hextech ultimatum thrown down onto the Alistar, who goes golden. And Jake doesn't even complete his ultimate. Into the back line goes Big Swift, soloing out Frey. And for the longest time, the Avant lineup has been under a turret. That is too deep.
Yeah, they've committed too far. They could not get the kill onto Raze. Unfortunately, Destiny ripped back by the Fates call. And Ryoma wasn't even there. If he was, it would have been a complete... He's got the solo queue build.
And what an ultimate over the wall from Ioma. Blinky will fall down. You can see Buster.
Chiefs just want to end the game.
Yeah, and they might be able to do it. You see Swiper hops forward, does fall down very low. However, both Nexus turrets dead, and Raze is just hitting the Nexus. He is not mucking around. Eventually, AV, you have to go or you will lose. And instead, they just lose game number 1 here versus the Chiefs. You can see the charge is actually here, will short it, however, only falls down. And Parvu now is next. Jake has to burn the ultimate to try and get himself out of this one, but it is just not going to work. And the Chiefs Esports Club right now are absolutely destroying Avant. They cannot get in. There is no one up and available to start that fight. Party ult out of Babip, and it just does not matter. The Chiefs on their Nexus, 23 minutes into this game. They will pick up another 2-0. They will smash AV, and they will put themselves back in contention for the top of the OPL.